There was a Christianity Today editorial from 1973. Uh, it stated Christians should accustom themselves to the thought that the American state no longer supports, in any meaningful sense, the laws of God, and they need to prepare themselves spiritually for the prospect that it may one day formally repudiate them and turn them against those who seek to live by them. Um, yeah. Christians should accustom themselves to the thought that the American state no longer supports in any meaningful sense the laws of God. Yes. Let's stop kidding. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop just shouting Romans 13 whenever you don't want to challenge your authorities. You know, and realize that your government is not one of God. It's been put there by God to teach us lessons. It's been brought into our lives to strengthen us, to show us that evil exists, but it is not our government. It's not our brothers and sisters running the government. And we can't keep running away from that reality. We can't keep pretending that that's not true. We can't keep buying their lies. Our government, our culture, our neighbors, and maybe even ourselves are no longer willing to trust, know, and love God alone. Um, Again, we can't keep lying to ourselves. We can't keep pretending life is fair, guys. Life is not fair. Like, reality exists, and our emotions and our delusions, our fantasies, the stories we tell ourselves in our head, doesn't make the reality we exist in not real. It doesn't make the end goal not a priority. Uh, yeah. Our government, our culture, our neighbors, and maybe even ourselves are no longer willing to trust, know, and love God alone. His children have chosen to indulge in the appetites of this world and have chosen to follow their own egotistical thoughts and selfish desires instead of seeking first God's kingdom beyond. We focus on the here and not the after. Um, we must begin waiting patiently for God's timing while keeping our joy and hope in mind as we trust in His will to be done. We must keep the end in mind, for in the end, we do win. We must keep serving God openly and advance His kingdom publicly, boldly, unashamed, and compassionately. And at some point, you have to just let go and let God. You have to let go and let God. Um, yeah, we are seeing it happen, says Phoenix Bear. Yeah, we are. Right before our eyes. We're seeing it happen and we're refusing to accept it. We're refusing to accept it. The reality that's taking place right before our eyes. Some people are just so spiritually blind. They have literally become blinded by their sins. They can't see the reality, like smacking them in the face. Reality is just beating you in the face, like slapping you in the face, like Jake Paul just punching you in the face. And we're just lying to ourselves. We're denying it's even happening. Um, yeah, some people are just that blind. They're just that distant from God that they cannot see, they cannot function correctly as a perfect human being, um, as just any human being. We'll talk about this on upcoming streams, but you become beasts. The more you worship the earth, the more you let your false idols plague your body and plague your mind. You become beast and animalistic, and no good comes from that. You distance yourself from God. You stop being a perfectly formed human being in His image, and you become a beast of the land.